MikeLine with chess.com. My question is for both players. In the last couple of World Championship matches, a lot of players that have competed have had supercomputers back home, which they've used either before the match and during the match. Ding, I'll ask you first, then Jan. Do you have any supercomputers back in China that you used for this match?
Yeah, I guess the same story. So, probably to, I don't know, to make your opponent afraid, you should claim you have like a super computer. But I think in fact it's pretty, it's like pretty much all the same. Yeah, like everyone has some good engines, but I guess it's not something like above the sky.
Interesting.
Thank you. Do we have more?
Yeah, so one last thing is that I wanted to show you guys is that right here. So there was a question about there's a question very specifically about supercomputers and and everything else, and like one thing that was not answered here was one thing that was not answered completely is whether people are using supercomputers. And the reason I bring this up very specifically is because one thing that I mentioned in a recent stream is that there's this like latest build of Stockfish, the Stockfish 14.1 cluster, and you'll notice that the number one thing here is there's this very specific computer here that is 1024 MPI by 128 threads. Now basically I'm under the impression that this is Jan Nepomniachtchi's supercomputer that he is using for the match, because basically the way that I look at it is either this is Jan or this is somebody at Google or Amazon completely just dicking around, for lack of a better word. So this is either Jan is like lying, or someone from Google and Amazon is using some supercomputer with all these computers linked together. But I didn't want to point that out because that was one thing that I'm curious after the match if someone asks Jan if he'll say that this is his computer or whether it's not, because I do think that Jan is using a supercomputer and I do think this is his computer.